spoken this morning about the need to ratchet down some of the political rhetoric. I wonder if the president will address that. I guess you don't have an advance copy of his remarks.
We don't, not yet, but you know, we're getting some details on James Hodgkinson, and I don't want to go into any of those yet because they haven't been fully confirmed. But I would expect that politics is probably very much at play here in what happened this morning.
There are indications of that. We're trying to run that down as well from our end. All right, John Roberts, as we await the president there at the White House.
About his detail agent, the female detail agent who was injured. She was shot in the foot and is being treated at the same medical center, MedStar Center, where Congressman Scalise is being treated right now.
And again, our hats are off to her. Congressman Jeff Duncan is speaking now on Capitol Hill. We want to listen in.
Practicing, and he proceeded to shoot Republicans. You take that for what it's worth.
Can you describe why you believe that this was the shooter? Was it because of the description you got from police? Or?
Yeah, based on who I saw and the description I gave the Alexandria Police Department fits the picture that is being shown on TV right now.
Do you have a t-shirt on that had any kind of partisan?
What I recognized was a red shirt, reddish. I didn't see anything in his hands, didn't see any partisan stuff on his body, on his clothing. I saw the individual. I know what he asked me. I know how I answered. I know what happened. So I'm making the assumption that he was targeting Republicans based on what he did.
Someone fall near home plate. How close could you tell who these people were? Did you know what the event was?
I didn't know what the event was because I go to the YMCA to work out and to train, and they just always be out there. Like I get to this YMCA at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. They was there practicing then when I first got there. So I didn't know who these people were or what was going on. I just seen this gunman just randomly shooting, and like I said, I seen somebody fall, and I seen other people just running and you know taking shelter, and that's when I realized, no, this is really an active shooting. This is going on right now.
And their staffs, as they were practicing for tomorrow's annual charity baseball game. Authorities are continuing to investigate the crime, and the assailant has now died from his injuries. The FBI is leading the investigation and will continue to provide updates as new information becomes available. Congressman Steve Scalise, a member of House leadership, was shot and badly wounded and is now in stable condition at the hospital, along with two very courageous Capitol police officers. At least two others were also wounded. Many lives would have been lost if not for the heroic actions of the two Capitol police officers who took down the gunman despite sustaining gunshot wounds during a very, very brutal assault. Melania and I are grateful for their heroism and praying for the swift recovery of all victims. Congressman Scalise is a friend and a very good friend. He's a patriot and he's a fighter. He will recover from this assault. And Steve, I want you to know that you have the prayers not only of the entire city behind you, but of an entire nation and frankly the entire world. America is praying for you, and America is praying for all of the victims of this terrible shooting.
Okay, guys, so you heard it right there. Massive shooting over there at Alexandria, Virginia. This is I think it's like a charity baseball game that they hold every year. And what the news is not telling you is that they're saying they haven't really identified this guy or confirmed who he is yet, but they'll tell you his name and his age, and he's from Illinois. Now listen to this. A lot of people have looked at this man's Facebook page, James T. Hodgkinson from Belleville, Illinois. And what it's showing is that, here I just jotted a few notes down real quick. He recently signed a petition from change.org that requests former presidents to urge Congress to launch an independent investigation into Donald Trump and his staff, or his collusion with Russia, or this, whatever they think it is. And at the top of this post, he wrote, "Trump is a traitor. Trump has destroyed our democracy. It's time to destroy Trump and company." James T. Hodgkinson from Belleville, Illinois, 66 years old. You know, he's a Bernie supporter, an advocate for socialist democracy. He apparently was disgruntled. He's got several pages in his Facebook that are connected to community activist type organizations. Now, of course, they're not going to say that they can't. They're going to say that they can't confirm who he is or whatever. But you know, his picture's been up on the TV already. But some of these news organizations who are saying they can't confirm who he is are saying that because nobody's took down his Facebook yet. Hey man, I looked at that one post where he signed that petition for change.org, and there were comment after comment after comment rolling in, and the bottom of the Facebook just kept going like 20 comments, 30 comments, 40 comments, 50 comments, 60. It was just, people are all over this. They know who he is. So once again, the very tolerant left has proven its intolerance, its hate for America, its hate for the Republican establishment that is in charge right now, its hate for Donald Trump, and has lashed out against some congressmen and innocent people playing a baseball game. They said some 50 to 60 shots were taken in this horrible, horrible incident. And right now, I think that it's time for America to stop with the PC crap and face what's reality. The left has got a violent tendency, and I'm not saying people from the right have never done anything violent, but I'm saying that in recent months and years, the left has continued this pattern of intolerance and violence coinciding. There you have it, America. Some people are saying that we could be on the path to civil war because of it. Do you really want a civil war? Do you really want that? So anyway, I'm just bringing you this bombshell report. I'm sure you've already heard about it. My name is Johnny Jetrod. Thank you, America.